All right, welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of my The Boys series. We're going to run through every episode of The Boys from beginning to end, but before we get started, let's set the stage a little bit. The Boys is set in modern-day New York City. The only difference is they have superheroes, or supes as they're called, and they are glorified and revered by the public. The best supes work for a corporation called Vought, where they market and monetize them. And then their top 7 are an elite group called, drumroll please, the 7. And they're basically superstars. They're in movies and video games and have action figures, multi-million-dollar sponsorship deals, all while simultaneously protecting the world. Pretty impressive, am I right? Let's get started. Episode 1 starts off with a police chase, where Queen Maeve, one of the 7, saves 2 kids while Homelander, the leader of the 7, stops the robbers and snaps a selfie with the kids. Next we meet Huey Campbell, a timid yet knowledgeable audio salesman, and his girlfriend Robin. As they walk home discussing their future together, Robin is suddenly liquefied into a giant puddle of blood by A-Train, another member of the 7, whose superpower is his insane speed, and he runs straight through her body, leaving nothing but holding her hands. Kind of romantic. A-Train stops briefly, doesn't even acknowledge what happened, he's preoccupied with something else, and just takes off. In Iowa, we meet an aspiring superhero named Annie January, aka Starlight, as she trains at home by lifting cars and punching through brick walls. She's a kind-hearted teenager, genuinely wants to make the world a better place, and is submitting an application to be part of the 7. After Robin's funeral, Huey sees A-Train on the news giving a half-assed apology, saying that he was chasing bank robbers and actually blaming Robin by saying that she was standing in the middle of the street where she shouldn't have been, when she was basically one step off the curb. Vought's lawyers offer Huey $45,000 to keep his mouth shut, but he wants to hold him accountable and turns him down against his dad's advice. Starlight is the newest member of the 7 and is publicly introduced by the Deep. During a tour of 7 Tower, Annie reveals she used to have a crush on the Deep when she was growing up, to which he replies by whipping his hog out and cranking it in front of her while asking her to blow him. She tries to leave, he threatens her, saying that he'll say that he attacked her unless she sucks him off. What a fucking scumbag. Back at work, Huey is approached by Billy Butcher, an FBI agent who says he knows the truth about Robin's death. He explains to Huey that supes are reckless and kill hundreds of innocent people a day, and Vought just sweeps it under the rug, and Butcher is offering him revenge against them. Reluctant at first, Huey agrees to hear him out. Butcher takes Huey to a secret soup sex club to show him the hypocrisy and depravity of all the superheroes. There's people banging all over the place, including a pray the gay away preacher who's making out with 2 guys. Butcher shows him security footage of A-Train laughing about Robin's death from the night before, and then shows him a record of police reports proving that there was no bank robbery the day that Robin died. Someone's hiding something. Butcher tells him he should accept Vought's settlement, but only if he gets an in-person apology from A-Train so he can go and plant a bug in 7 Tower. The next day, Huey finds himself sitting on a bench in Central Park next to Starlight randomly, who's crying after having a hard conversation with her mom. Now, her mom's a single mother, and she's the only child, so she's kind of protective, super attached, way overreaching, and always pushed Annie to be a superhero. She kind of reminds me of those crazy, beauty pageant moms in the South that force their kids into doing it whether they like it or not. It's what they want. Even though Annie is miserable and has already been sexually assaulted 1 week into this job, she keeps her mouth shut and doesn't say anything because at the end of the day, she just wants her mom's approval. Anyway, her and Huey hit it off. She lets him know that she has a job that she hates, but doesn't go into detail about it. Huey calls the lawyer from Vought and says he'll accept the deal, but only if he gets the in-person apology from A-Train. That way he has some real closure. Starlight meets Homelander for the first time, along with the rest of the 7. Black Noir, who doesn't speak, and Translucent, who's basically an invisible guy. Huey and Butcher arrive at 7 Tower. Huey goes upstairs and accepts A-Train's bullshit apology. He successfully hides the bug, but Translucent secretly watches him do it. Butcher drops Huey back off at work, and Huey is confronted by Translucent, who followed him. Just before Translucent smashes Huey over the head with a TV, Butcher drives his car through the storefront, saving him. An epic fight ensues, with Butcher fighting an invisible guy who slowly becomes more visible as he gets covered in blood. It's pretty dope looking. Huey electrocutes him and knocks him out, and then Butcher admits he's not really part of the FBI.
Technically, I'm not a Fed.
What? Then who the fuck are
you?
Next, we meet Vought International Vice President Madeline Stillwell. She's meeting with the mayor of Baltimore, offering him a contract with one of her superheroes for $300 million a year. The mayor refuses and attempts to blackmail her by saying that he's going to expose Compound V if she doesn't give it to him for cheaper. Well, that turns out to be a bad decision, because on his flight home, Homelander shows up and blasts the plane in half with his laser eyes, killing everybody, and that's the end of episode 1. Epic. I was hooked after the first episode. Stay tuned for part 2, and please make sure you like and subscribe. Easy click for you, big deal for me. Thanks for watching.